dick. You're being a dick. Whatever.
He's being a dick, folks. Alright, everybody, welcome to another episode. What, 13? No, 12. 12.
Where'd you learn to count?
12.
Damn it, Dave.
12. Damn it, Dave.
No,
AK what? Gate master. Or
no,
gatekeeper.
Nope, we're not going there today.
No?
Nope.
That was
Nope.
other shit. Alright, you go.
I'm What the Fuck Chuck, and today we have with us VerNOTica. The one, the only,
Alright,
super awesome.
one of my favorites.
Definitely.
Alright, before we go, why don't you guys go around and introduce yourself. Tell us what you guys do with the band.
Alright,
You got the band.
I'm Ryan. I play guitar, mostly lead, but do what I can. I also sing a little bit.
I'm Spike, I play drums. That's pretty much all I do. I also sing a little bit.
I'm Alex, and I play triangle.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, there you go.
And she
There
sings
you
a
go.
lot.
Gotta have more triangles.
Yeah, she's lying. She's lying.
We're trying to do the cowbell skit for ourselves, just
Oh,
for
yeah.
triangle.
Gotta have more
We need
triangles.
more, yeah.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, we need more triangle. What this song needs is more triangle. Yeah.
Said no one ever.
Yeah, definitely. Maybe.
Sorry, that was like a funny. Because the first thing I thought was that skit.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then Will Ferrell was a funny skit. So what's been going on with you guys?
Well, we're just been playing shows, trying to write new music. We're trying to get enough songs accrued that we can go in and we can record. We want to put out some singles, maybe some videos. Kind of want to go down that route versus doing an album right now. If we get enough singles together, then at some point we can put an album out whenever we want to. But it'd really be nice to get some songs out on internet radio stations and just have stuff for our Facebook page and stuff like that.
It should have been more like how the band come together.
Yeah.
He always skips way ahead.
We went right for
That's
the meats and
what I thought.
potatoes
Damn
of
it,
it.
Dave. You're just diving right in there.
Yeah, writing songs. Really, we've just been trying to write songs. Just get new material out. We really like the direction that the band's going in. So being able to keep that flow going as much as we've been able to so far, we don't really want to stop yet because
Right.
at some point it's going to be like, oh, well, we missed our opportunity. As long as things are going well right now, I'd like to just keep moving forward with trying to write new music as much as we can get away with right now. And we do it quite easily. We get the music down, and honestly, Alex will write lyrics as we're writing songs at the same time. Normally by the end of a practice, if we're writing a song, she'll have lyrics pretty much to a point where we could rough draft it at least, and then record it and be able to go back and listen to it, which is amazing. It's
Yeah,
an
I don't have
interesting
that
process.
talent. There's no way. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. I'm cool. I can't come up with
No.
one sentence.
No. You can't.
Maybe not.
You cannot.
So where'd you? Yeah, I've always wondered. VerNOTica, where did that come from?
Well, that was actually a joke from Erica from Storm Within because we were going through some changes and we were VerNOTica, and she was just asking us about what our new name was going to be, and she said as a joke, VerNOTica, because we're not VerNOTica, we're not Veronica anymore. I was like, that's great.
Yeah.
It
No,
works.
it's not exactly how it happened, but it's close.
Close.
Close. It was Erica, and she was making fun of the fact that we were not Veronica anymore. And I sent the photo of that conversation because it was about a show that we were supposed to do, and it had that name in it. And they're like, "Well, I like that name," which had no intention of naming the band that at that point in time. It wasn't even close.
To be fair, one of your band names that you suggested was Killing Alex.
Yes, which I thought was a
I
great
was
name.
against that.
I know you were. I know. We weren't going to
Just a
do it
little against
literally.
it.
It wasn't going to be literal, just figuratively. I thought that was a great name for a band.
Yeah. No,
She's like, let's just do
VerNOTica.
Killing Spike then. I'm like, that doesn't sound as cool.
No, yeah, that
You
doesn't.
have
Yeah.
the cooler name,
Yeah,
by far.
It makes it an
But it
object.
doesn't.
A killing spike.
that's true.
Something
I
you
didn't
can
think
use.
about it that way.
Oh.
Because you're about getting
Yeah.
used.
I told her we could do blood packs and we could all stab at her and stuff. She wasn't going for it. I don't know why she wouldn't
I don't
though.
know.
Make for a sweet
There's
video.
nothing.
Right. Yeah.
There's nothing to say. I
Probably
don't know
like
why.
15 years ago, I would have been down.
I know.
I'm not cool now, I got old.
And we ended up keeping it. We've talked many times about changing it, but honestly, when I did a Facebook search of it and stuff like that, it came up that there was absolutely no one with that name, luckily.
Yeah.
And it just became that it was really easy to hold on to.
Yeah, definitely.
And Erica even did the NOT in the big letters like that because we were not VerNOTica,
It works.
and I just kept
It
it.
works.
Yeah, I did the logo for it, and we had the one for my bass drum made, and we just kind of kept it like that.
Now, what year was that? That was.
I don't know, what, almost 2 years ago now?
Yeah, easily 2 or 3 years when the name change happened. Originally, the band was a different band. It was the guitar player and his girlfriend started a band, and they had songs, and they were going, and then she ended up passing away. And he went into hiatus for a while, and then he got the band back together, but he couldn't find a female singer, and he was having problems with drummers. So I played in a punk rock band with a guy who was playing bass for him at the time. So he came to me and was like, "Hey, do you want to play drums for us?" So I did, and they're like, "We'd like to find a girl singer." Alex had been in another band before, and I was friends with one of her friends, and he's like, "She would be great for this." So we had a meeting at what was it, the Perkins or the Ponderosa, or what was the one up by the mall?
Yeah, that was like the
Yeah.
Perkins. That was way back in the day.
Yeah, and we talked, and I kept her in mind. And when it came time to do this, we brought her on board, and we've just been moving ever since. He stepped aside. So at that point, it just kind of became her and I, and that's when we shot off in a different direction. And thus was the name change at that point. So,
It works.
When was the first show with that name?
we would have did,
I think I kind of.
was it the
remember.
Hootenanny with
Probably.
Todd?
Yeah, probably.
Which was our
somewhere
guitar
around
player
there.
that replaced the one that left. I think it was the Hootenanny or
Yeah.
one like that. No, it was a sandbar.
I
Yes.
told
One of the
you.
last
Yes.
Oh my
sandbar
God,
shows.
Sandbar.
Yeah.
Told you.
Yes.
See, that's what we were
I
like.
missed
just
the
talking
Sandbar.
We knew, like, okay, I know it was the first
Yeah.
2023 Female Fest,
Yeah.
but he was like, no, it was
Nope.
before that. I'm like,
Sandbar.
I know you're
I
right.
remember it
but
So I
we-
saying
say it was the last show the
because
sandbar had.
because Higher Vibration was there, so was Even on Fire, I think.
Yeah.
And then
You
there
Got
was
Fire
another
was
band.
on there. Wasn't it Drown the Deep or Victoria Fire? One of them? Was it
No,
one
I
of them?
don't think so.
I can't remember.
I think it was some like punk
But it
rock
was-
chick because I think I remember her like singing while she was like laying on the floor,
Oh, Animus or Anim.
possibly.
Yeah. And that
I
was
think we went
Ron's
to that
birthday
show.
party.
We went to the last two they had there.
Yeah,
and
and
I remember.
Yeah, because Ron
I
from
remember
Stores
the name
Within,
being announced.
that
That's
was
what kinda
his
hit me.
birthday party, and by the time they went on, he was trashed.
Oh yeah, because we did that whole set and I said this
Yes.
is a cover song of every song that we did.
He was trashed.
That's not surprising.
That would have been the
That's
first show
right.
with that name. Yeah, and we had
I thought so.
Stoney,
That
Chris
was,
Taylor, was our bass player at the time.
That'd be April, May of 2023.
Yeah,
Did you
I
say
have
that?
the
Did
flyers
you name
still.
him?
Yeah, so
Oh boy. Okay.
I don't know how they know him by what name. I'm sure you know him by Stoney. Souls Collapsed, 15 Walls, guitar player for both of them.
Okay.
Teeny little.
Yeah, teeny little guy.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry.
He was the bass player at that point in time. We've had a little bit of a revolving door of a few members, but I also want to say that we do our bass player now. He goes by the name E. He has a long name that's a little difficult to pronounce, but we wanted to make sure that obviously with him not being here,
Yeah.
that he gets his props. He is our bass player. He's played in a lot of local bands, and he's a very good bass player, and he's a very good guitar player also.
Yeah,
So
everybody in your guys' group
Yeah.
is fantastic.
Yeah, so we're very pleased to have the lineup that we have now. Hopefully moving forward, that, like I said, we can start writing more songs, and I really want to get us out in the market. I want to get us into Cleveland, Akron,
Right.
Pittsburgh, Youngstown, Buffalo. Really want to try to branch out as much as we can. As much as I love the local scene, it's hard to find places to play.
Yeah.
And there's
Yeah.
so many bands that if you have 3 or 4 venues and you got 30
Lot
bands
of
all
bands
want to
out
play
there.
those same venues, it becomes hard to do. Really, the only way to survive and to get shows is to be able to branch out. And we're not fearful of travel, so we're willing
No, I
to.
love seeing. We say it all the time. We love seeing the local bands going
Oh,
out,
yeah.
Yeah.
like Buffalo, whatever. I mean,
Expanding
Yeah.
out.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
with me being in Ohio, it makes it so that I have connections in the Ohio market too, and it gives us at least another avenue that we can go down without having to book locally. A lot of the bars that do the local bookings are through the promoters, and it does get very, very difficult to be able to book a lot of the shows.
Yeah.
I do most of the booking and most of the manager stuff. So doing the booking, I like to do a lot of the booking myself if I can get away with it, and bring in other bands from other areas I have friends from New Jersey, from Virginia, from Pennsylvania, from Ohio,
Yeah,
from
nice
Illinois that we can bring in and be able to have different talent that you would not normally get a chance to see at what I'm going to call a local venue.
Right.
This gives them the opportunity to be able to be seen too, and it benefits us because then they'll take us to their
Right,
area.
it's kind of like Dreadfest, where he
Yeah.
had, what, Harsick from Michigan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was that? Sacrificial Betrayal from West Virginia.
You're asking the wrong guy. I
And
can't
then there was
remember
another one.
much.
So it was cool to see.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
Yeah, and
much.
Jay's a great guy. I love working with him. He's also in Ohio, so we have
Yeah.
a little bit of a
Yeah.
bond, which is nice.
Yeah, he was cool to hang out with.
I love
Definitely.
working with Jay. Jay's been very, very good to me, and I've worked with him for a long time, and we have a really good relationship that I value quite a bit. And same with Erica, same with Jen. I really enjoy being able to work with them, and they have been great for us. They have been great to us. Erica gave us one of our first chances as this band to be able to play anything, which obviously was the Sandbar.
Right.
Yeah.
Where we would have fought just to get onto a place as a new band. We would have fought to just be able to open for somebody, and she gave us a slot and gave us a good one right off the bat, which was fantastic. You know what I mean? So they've all been really,
she really
good
helped
with
us blow up
Yeah,
big
Oh, yeah,
time.
I mean-
We needed followers. She shared it, and all of a sudden it's like,
yeah. She has quite a footprint.
Awesome.
There's no doubt.
she is awesome.
Yeah, she's good people. I mean, she puts the scene.
Yeah. And I've known Tom since the '90s when I started.
Right.
Well, I was playing a lot of the early metal bands and punk rock bands around Erie back in the mid '90s. I've known him since way back then, so it was nice when it all kind of came back together because I hadn't seen him in a long time to be able to,
Right.
you know, we sat and
Right.
chatted
Yeah,
about the old days. As much as I hate to say that word.
Mid-90s, you hurt me
I
sometimes.
know.
You know that? You hurt my damn feelings.
I'm
90s. I was in
almost-
high school in the mid 90s.
I don't care that.
I'm not even
right.
going to say
I'm
that,
with
that
you.
I think most of the band together
Younger than that, are you?
is younger than I am.
Yeah.
4096.
Okay, yeah. I started my freshman year.
Born in '96? Is that you just said?
Born in '96. Yep.
Yeah, right.
Oh my goodness! I graduated high school.
Welcome
Okay.
Welcome to my world.
All right, I gotta go now.
Everybody pack it up. We're done here.
We're done.
I mean, the good thing about Alex was she didn't come from our area, so I mean, she was fresh when she came here. She had been in a band, and they actually toured quite a bit. They were out and about, and they had a pretty good thing going on. The band kind of become a little dysfunctional and defunct, so she was really looking for something else to do, and it was nice because when she came in, the very first time I heard her sing, I was in. I'm one of her biggest fans.
Right.
I tell her that
Yeah.
constantly. She hates it. It's like,
Where'd you come from?
Mercer, the Mercer Newcastle area.
Okay. Okay.
And the band he's referencing is the old band Answers of the Apathy back like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
We played with like Kevlar and stuff when they were still around as well. Yeah.
I've always
That's a
believed in
blast
her.
from the past, isn't it?
Yeah, since day one. I mean,
Yeah.
we and her and I, honestly, the simple fact that I believe in what she does so much that I struggle to keep this band going all the time just to keep this
Oh, don't
platform
throw that on me,
for her.
Jesus.
No, well, I don't do it for that reason. I really,
for you.
I really believe
Here, take
Yeah.
my blood.
I really believe in what she can do, and at some point I'm going to become the disposable one, and I'll just replace myself in the band, just become the manager, and then suck up all the money and share none with nobody.
Yep.
Oh.
Right? Typical manager stuff.
Now it all comes to life
Yeah,
here.
but you didn't hear that.
95
Yeah.
manager, 5 to the band.
So I'm gonna be the one paying off your house. Is that
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah.
And my wife's car.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, that's a
that's
nice car,
hilarious.
so.
That's hilarious. So Ryan, how long have you been with them?
Since last August.
Also,
So last August we started. That was around the time Spike asked E and myself if we'd be interested in jumping on. And funny enough, I was under the assumption, the way Spike worded it, it was like, "Do you want to play this one show?"
Probably the way I
Famous
said it.
last
So,
words.
so yeah. And then
You just feel.
We haven't played that show yet. It's coming up.
It's getting there. It's in the works.
then late November, Spike's like, "Yeah, I got this one show at the end of March." I'm thinking about, oh, okay. Yeah, I can do some more.
What was that? What show was that? It was the Basement Transmission ones. But
Yeah,
what
that
was
was-
it? Was it the Dreadfest?
Possibly.
I can't remember.
End of March this year.
The one
The
that
one
we
we
your
just-
first show with you and E was last fall.
Oh,
wasn't
the
it?
first one with E and I. Yeah, that was October.
Yeah, that was like Dreadfest.
Yeah. And we made him and E learn like 14 songs in like 2 weeks.
Yeah, but they're amazing, so they did it, and they did it well.
You can't leave now. You can't leave.
You're stuck.
That's how Spike gets it. He's like, hey, you want to just do this one thing,
Just
this
one
one
thing.
little thing?
Famous last word.
You haven't got to that one thing yet.
And
We're
then suddenly you
working
end up
on
changing
doing
spaceman, and he only lets you out to go do your job.
Which is true.
That's true.
Iron
That's
Fist.
the way it's supposed to
You got a bracelet on your ankle. They track you.
Yeah.
Blink twice if you need help.
I also play in another band with Ryan, so it just made it really easy for us to transfer over. I mean, because it was him, E, the bass player, and myself playing in this other band. So for us just to transfer over, we already got along great.
My band.
Played
Not
well.
just some other band.
Yeah, no, because he's the guitar player singer in it.
My bad.
We it was
Say
just
it right.
really easy to transfer over for us, and to me it just made the most amount of sense instead of trying to find new people that who knows if you're gonna like them and you're gonna get along and it's gonna
Right.
work and we're gonna gel. When I already was gelling with these guys,
Yeah.
it just to me was a no-brainer, and he was willing to accept it, and it's been great ever since. Him and he put in a ton of effort to keep this band moving forward. So.
Yeah, that's one thing with like bands, that just the high turnover rate.
Yeah.
It's hard to
Some of
keep.
them, yeah.
Some of them, you
You don't
find
see
some
too
of them,
many of that.
But once you
The
get
whole
them,
original group is there. You really don't see that too much.
no. But once you get that core, you just, I mean, you know, I don't know. I don't want to get too much into it because
No, but I'm with you because that's been the hardest part all along. I
Just
mean,
keeping people.
I believe, and I may be entirely wrong, that there's a good chance if we can get a core group together that'll stay together, that there's a good chance that we can get out and we can start playing better shows and bigger shows.
Yeah.
Because the hard part is you're always relearning. You don't have a chance to actually just go out and just keep rewriting when you're or just writing. When you're writing, that's when you grow. But when you're relearning stuff all the time, you're not growing anywhere. Alex and I have been playing some of these songs for over 5 years. Ironically, we're trying to weed a lot of them out and just go into the newer market. But we've been doing a lot of these songs for a long time, and we are sick of playing some of them. We actually don't play anymore, but
So
we
you
play
keep
one.
pointing, so you can say it.
Yeah.
You can spit it
It's
out.
been me.
Yeah.
It's been me. I've been trying to murder these songs for
She has to.
for years now, actually.
I resuscitate them every
and I
chance
was
I
like,
get.
let it die.
We're pretty close.
Done with it.
It's hard because they're on radio stations. That's the hard part. Is the people hear them songs.
Yeah.
But
And
they could just have their retirement. It's okay.
Yep.
you tell Kiss they can't play Strutter.
Well, Kiss is making money off the strutter, so.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. How do you know I don't make money off these songs?
That's very true.
Okay, you made like $3.
Back to the
Okay, you made
manager,
$3.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, I spent
And
that
you-
$3.
And you can't get that $3 because you told me you can't get it off the Bandcamp because you can't figure out how to get it.
Yeah, that's true. I may figured out my PayPal yet.
Now, you
I
guys-
remember these things.
Yeah.
now you guys got done playing Voodoo last week?
Mm-hmm.
How was that?
It was great.
That's
Yeah.
always a
Couldn't
good.
make it. We had stuff to do.
Well, that was we had,
So
that
was
was
life.
that's always a good place.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
a great time. Bobby did an excellent job on sound.
Nice.
The other band, what can I think of the
Anam
name?
Cara.
Yes, Anam Cara. Or Anam Cara, how do you say their name?
We
Oh,
played with
I
them.
think.
But they were awesome.
Yeah.
And I always love seeing them, and they're great.
They're always
Yeah, I remember
good.
the first time I saw them, I was like, kind of, like, right before they went on, I'm like, okay, this is odd.
Yeah.
I mean, they got a pretty good,
Yeah.
They
we
have
had a
a
good vibe to it.
We
Yeah.
fit with them very well. It's hard because we're not necessarily a metal band. I mean,
No.
we're more just a rock, and I even push the hard rock, and I'm not really sure how legit that is. So for us to play with a lot of the metal bands, it's nice to find a band that fits within our style a little bit more, and we do blend well
Yeah.
with them for sure.
Yeah, they got a good sound. Yeah, you guys, I always thought about what your guys' sound. It's like, who was it, Joan Jett? Like that type of,
Yeah.
that
So just
sound.
more rock and roll.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
well,
that's how I kind of describe it to most people. But I always add the hard rock when they're a heavier band in order to fool them that, oh, we're a hard rock band. We'll fit perfect with you.
Yeah.
Are you lying about
A
us
little
out there,
bit.
Spike?
A little bit. No, that's called being a promoter. Promoting.
Oh, I see.
no, I mean,
I did.
Creatively embellishing.
yes.
That's exactly
What?
on my business
I
card.
said I dig it.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, definitely.
yeah, even what? Because you guys were playing with Storm City release
At the
Rat.
Rat.
Yeah, that was a
Yeah,
that was a great
yeah.
vibe.
That was a good show.
Every band is like totally different.
Mhm.
All of it is so good.
It was a great show.
It was a great show.
That was our first show with our other guitar player, our other new guitar player. Was that show? So we were breaking in a lot of new songs at that point. There was 4 of the songs that we're doing now. That was the first time they were ever played, which was nice.
That was a good. Yeah, you guys sounded really good on there.
Definitely.
Yeah, because I knew it was something different. But then you got July 12th. It looks like you got Maple Grove.
We do. We're
Love
excited to
playing
go
there.
back. I'm excited to go
Yeah.
back. The bathrooms scare me a little bit, but I'm excited.
I mean, it's the stairs, the endless line of red
Why does the
carpeted
bathroom scare you?
stairs.
You know,
They're
it's just,
scary.
Well, the downstairs is okay, but the upstairs one is just a little sticky. A little sticky.
Oh.
Oh, okay. Jerry name was supposed to be
Just do the hover.
Yeah.
I hear Andy crawling up the drive.
Oh, my God.
We still got stage we're getting out from them.
Yeah, we're still looking out for those.
And I do see how the
Hidden smell.
steps are a problem for a drummer, but for me, they're perfect.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
naturally.
hard.
Naturally.
Those are the
I
days.
don't see a problem here.
Those are the days I wish I played cajon. Just carry it up, set it down, like I'm done. It's like who
yeah.
decided I was going to play a big drum set? I think
You
that
would
was
think they
me.
would have a better way.
Yeah,
You'd
Yeah.
think, but
Man, it is what
that's
it
what
is.
keeps us drummers
As
young.
long as we're
there you
they're,
go.
All the
letting you
equipment
play
around.
there.
Yeah.
Plus, I
Yeah.
help you tear down. I'll go
You
down
do.
the steps for you.
Oh no, it's
Yeah.
amazing. And we can be on and off stage quick. I mean, we work very cohesively as a team, getting on and off, which is nice. I do play a rather large drum set to you know try and overcompensating.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, but yeah, we can get it removed from the stage pretty easy, which is nice. I mean, it's nice because then you don't hold up the next band.
Well, Spike has me trained. He has a color code.
Yeah, she's very good at it. She's almost one of the best roadies I've ever had.
Almost.
Yes, because I've never had one, so I don't have anything to compare her to.
Yeah. Then that would be the best.
Right.
Yeah.
Almost.
I am simultaneously the best and the worst roadie you've ever had.
Right.
There you go.
Right. That is
Fire me.
true. No. I've been looking for a replacement, but you're too good at it.
Oh,
She's
that's
too efficient.
Funny. That's too funny. No, what other shows you guys coming up this year?
What other shows?
Yeah.
Well, we haven't booked many because we really wanted to worry about trying to write and trying to get in the studio. So I've left a couple months open. We're going to try to get back into Akron. I have friends of mine from the Akron area that want us to go down there and play. I'm going to start booking shows relatively soon again. I do know that with us going in to record, I believe in the end of July, that I really wanted to leave an area. Like the couple shows we have coming up kind of came to me. I really didn't go looking for them. I really wanted to leave those months open so we can get in. We can really try to hone these songs down. So when we go in to record, we can be in and be right out really quick. And it just didn't end up that way. It ended up every time I'd be like, we're not going to play this. And then all of a sudden in comes a show and I'm like, So I really want to play. I'm a playing whore for sure. There's no doubt about it. If you want me to play a Burger King in the middle of the afternoon, I'm in.
Right.
I'm in. No stairs.
Should have brought your
No
stuff,
stairs,
man.
no
Could have played
stairs.
right there in the
Right?
driveway.
No
Oh,
stairs,
don't
but you're-
tempt me.
No stairs, but you're setting up at the top of the play place.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that.
You gotta go up.
Amongst the
Gotta
kitties?
go in the play place.
Yeah, I wish there was more places like what
Yeah.
venues, like it used to be back in the '90s.
You wouldn't know. You weren't even fucking living.
Nope.
Oh, I was
I was
playing
in
those bars
Indianapolis.
back in the '90s, and there was a scene back then. It was great too because all the bands, we all had each other's backs back then. I mean, there was a
Yeah.
while. I want to say through the 2000s where the bands became very cannibalistic. They would really, kind of implode on each other a little bit. Where back in the late '90s, the mid '90s, we had each other's backs. If one of the bars messed with one band, we'd boycott them. We'd get no one in there, and the scene back then was great. And then it just kind of changed after a while, and it seems like a lot of the bands are trying to bring that back now.
Yeah.
Where we're really trying to really become a really strong group again.
Yeah.
And they've, like I said, they've all been very welcoming to us. I mean, because we're not really considered fully an Erie band. Funny thing was, I lived in Erie, she lived in Mercer. She moved from Mercer to Erie. I moved from Erie to Ohio, like almost
Like,
within the same week.
I quite literally never got to just drive
Never.
6 minutes to his house to go to band practice. It was always an hour and a half.
Yes.
Yeah.
She used to come up from Mercer. She would come up on practices when it was just going to be me and the guitar player. She would still show up.
Yeah.
And be like, I'm here, I'm going to start working on songs. You know, when we were just woodshedding songs out back in the day. So I mean, she's always been really good about doing that.
Well, you were paying me.
Yeah, we were. We were.
What is your guys' favorite song to play?
I would say for me, it's Endings Herald. One of our newer songs. We don't have it recorded yet, but that is on the list.
Yeah, I agree. The new songs, because they're new to us, so I would say any one of the 4 new songs are fun to play. We do still do one of the older songs that I enjoy playing. It's got a part in it that I really, when we were writing the song, I was like, I'm going to add this part to it. I hope it works, and it did, and it was just one of those things that I just enjoyed to play. But the new songs, definitely enjoy playing. Just because, I mean, they got such a good vibe to them.
Right.
Really trying to write good, catchy songs that you can listen to without actually having to listen to it. That you can be doing something else and have the song on, and you still,
If you're not
still
listening to it, you're not hearing it.
but you're still hearing it. You know what I mean? It's still got a good vibe and a good groove to it, and really want to concentrate on writing good, catchy songs. You know, stuff that people really want to listen to, or at least will listen to.
I get that, yeah.
Your time to shine. What's your favorite song?
I don't know. Right now I have one of the new songs. It's called Ashtray, just in my head.
We talked about it on the way over.
Yeah, that'll do it.
She won't tell me what the lyrics are. I have to try to figure them out on my own. So we have a recording that we just recently did where we have the audio of it. So it's like I've been listening to them for the last day because it came out yesterday.
Yeah.
And I really am like, well, that's what she says? Well, I didn't know that. So we were talking about it on the way over here, and I was like, I had no idea. She won't tell me.
No.
Nothing. For the longest time, she won't even tell me the names of the songs. We'll go for, up until like 2 weeks ago, one song we had was called Song 1.
Yeah.
Yep. I was like, do you have a name for it? She's like, no.
Yeah,
It
song
was just
1.
Song 1.
It's coming to me.
Yeah, it's song 1.
That's how they're all going to be. It's Song 10.
First album,
Yeah.
music.
It's funny,
You know
it's
how-
funny things. Like, there's a good chance that I'm going to make the nurse name my firstborn.
Fair. I
That would be
Just hand it off,
hilarious.
figure it out.
Figure it out.
just
for me.
write
Let me
something
know.
down.
For some
Let me know
band
what
to
it
come out
is.
with a CD, song 1, song 2, song 3. That's
Yep.
all it is.
I played a show with the band Electric Six, and the singer of the band, that's how he introduced every single song. This is off our 15th album, and he would like list a year. This is track number 4, and they would just play it. It was like they all had names, you know what I mean? And what was funny was everyone knew as soon as it started what the song was.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and it's like that was, to me, that was the cleverest thing because he never said the name of a single song, ever. The entire hour and 20 minutes they played.
I want to be him when I grow up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to be Dick Valentine? You can be. We'll change your name to that. We'll call you Richard Valentine. Be a little different.
Classier.
Yeah, classy.
Classy.
That is way classier.
Oh, that's super funny. So what kind of like music that, like your go-to music you guys listen to on a daily basis?
Oh. It changes on a daily basis.
Exactly.
I listen to hair metal, heavy metal, rock. I have a very wide spectrum of the music that I enjoy. I listen to country. I'll listen to everything but rap. I just can't listen to rap for some reason.
Yeah, I like rap.
Yeah.
I like
Certain
old
rap.
school.
My
I like
kids
old
Sure.
love it, and every time they're in the
Okay.
car, I have to listen to it, but I'm not a huge fan.
school. Not the new stuff, the old stuff.
I've never really been able to get into any of it. It was a little bit after my time. I grew up in the 80s. I
Yeah,
love
that's true.
80s hair metal. I listen to it probably more than anything, but I do
that
like,
era, that was a good era.
yeah, I do like a lot of pretty wide. We were listening to my Spotify list coming over, and it was a little bit of everything from Hank 3 to Merciful Fate.
There you go.
So, I mean, it's anywhere in between.
Oh, that's the
I'd say go metal, pop, folk, electro swing, anything.
Yeah.
man.
Right.
Classic rock, hard rock. If it sounds old, I like it.
Or classic rock.
Zeppelin, Rory Gallagher, all stuff like that. I've been in this weird thing lately where I obsess over an album at a time. So, like Ghost just put out their new album Skeleta, so I listened to that for like 2 weeks straight. And another band, the Night Flight Orchestra, they're like pop disco rock, really good. They put out an album that I still play that. So that's just kind of what I hear, and then my brain's like, "Hey, we're obsessing over this."
Yep.
Yep.
For at least a
you'll
week.
sit there and just listen to the album over.
I got satellite in the truck. It stays on the metal channel all the time.
Yeah, like the metal. Yeah.
Liquid
me too.
metal.
Yeah.
It's the only way to start the day on the way to
See,
work.
in my car that I drive every day doesn't even have a radio at all. So I listen to music on my phone, and I do have Sirius satellite. A lot of times it's Spotify, or I'll just go on YouTube and put in like Wasp or something, like a live concert.
Oh my God, I haven't heard them in a long time.
And I have an hour drive back and forth to work, so I'll put on like a concert that's, you know, anywhere between 40 and 50 minutes, and normally they'll get me almost all the way to work. You know, Wasp, or I like a lot of obscure 80s hair metal bands, a lot of like DAD, bands like Tiger Tails, a lot of the really weird glam metal bands.
Tigers of Pantang.
Yeah, Dangerous Toys, really huge fan of that back in the day. Stuff like that, Halloween,
I'm lost.
you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm lost over here. I don't know much about it.
I heard of a few of those.
Yeah.
A few of
I will
those.
say formatively, I grew up in a very Christian household, so the first albums that I ever listened to that were not Christian were Cake Fashion Nugget and a Marilyn Manson album.
Ooh,
Yeah,
Manson.
there you go.
That's
Nisha
quite a
Manson.
quite a
That's
diversity
right,
from
yeah.
Christian rock to Marilyn Manson.
Oh
Hey,
yeah.
before that
Who
it was
was-
all VeggieTales.
Fair.
Who
First
was
concert I was at was Manson, and there was a bunch of churchgoers out in the
that
parking
Christian
lot.
rock band, hard rock band?
Getting
Striper.
thrown
Striper,
out.
that's what
Yeah.
it is. Yeah.
I started playing
Yeah,
drums
they were
because of
actually
that
pretty.
band.
They were actually
Yeah,
pretty
Robert
good.
Sweet is one of the drummers, the reason why I started playing drums. He just mystified me on how cool he looked.
Yeah.
And that was
They
it. I
actually
didn't
were-
care if he could play, and he could, but he just looked super fucking cool doing it.
Oh, yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be that. And then I wasn't, but
The
I
big
really
hair,
wanted to be.
the
Yeah.
big hair, the
Yeah.
leotard.
Set up sideways, swung his arms, really wide swings. I still do that to this day just because of that.
That was a very colorful decade.
Yeah, yeah. And it's funny too
Wish
because
I knew. I was like,
the bass player for Striper,
Nine.
one of the
Nine
bass
into
players
it.
for Striper, lives in Andover, Ohio. And my daughter was friends with his son because she came home one day and she's like, "How come you're not famous like my friend's dad?" I'm like, who the fuck is he? You know what I mean? When he play, I said, because I'm a musician. Well, he's a musician too. I was like, oh yeah, who is he? So she looked him up, and I was like, no way. It's Tracy Ferry was one of the bass players that was in Striper. And so I was like, no fucking way. And I seen him at one of the football games once and went and sat down and talked to him for quite a while. I was like, that's amazing.
Well, yeah, I
So
went
I'm
too.
fascinated by that. The fact you live in Andover, Ohio, of all the places in the world you could live.
right.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
wouldn't be too surprised. You
Yeah.
see that a
That
lot
was
today.
amazing. I was like, that's the weirdest full circle I've ever had in my
Oh.
life.
That's
Okay.
awesome.
All right, well, that was a good Gen X talk right there, because they were like going, I have no idea what they're talking
I
about.
know. I know.
Yeah. I
We
get that.
we do that at band practice a lot. I'll be
yeah.
like, this song, I have an idea of a song kind of like this from this band. They're like, who?
Who?
And what song?
What?
Who? What? You're like, oh my god.
It's like I have to go to my phone, look it up.
At the window. He has awful
Yeah.
service in
Yeah.
the room. So he
Oh,
has to
no,
go
I
to the
live-
window.
So you just see it
Don't
plastered
see
against
it.
the window phone.
I
is
I
supposed
live
to
in a
be-
black hole, there's no doubt. I always said when I lived in Erie, I would give up the internet if I could move out of the city. And then Karma decided we're going to really see if he really means it. And I moved out of the city and I gave up the internet.
Yeah,
There's no
oh
doubt
yeah.
about it.
That's, yeah.
Walking around my yard going, I just want to make a phone call.
He leaves the window.
No
I got it.
internet, no
In 5
microwave,
seconds.
no nothing.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's how it was when we first moved out here, Indianapolis, and then, you know, our phones weren't working where we lived at. Well, we had one bar in the kitchen. You stand right close to the corner.
I
in the
will
kitchen,
tell you,
got one bar.
I get a whole lot more stuff done without the internet. Because there's not a whole lot to do Saturday when you get up in the morning. You're just like, well, what am I going to do now?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, just some Saturday
Gotta
morning
have it.
cartoons, ball
Gotta have
seven,
it.
just go.
I
Yeah,
do-
nowadays, yeah.
I do a lot of practicing just because it's one thing that I enjoy to do and I don't need the internet for it. Great thing about drums, I don't even need electricity.
True.
No, that's
Very
true.
true.
That's true. That's true.
Don't
So
have
how
a
did
guitar either.
you guys get started in the music? You know, what made you pick up a guitar?
I don't exactly know what made me pick it up, but Mom got me a guitar for Christmas when I was 11, and it took me like 6 months to actually touch it and mess with it because I was embarrassed. I was the quiet kid. I didn't talk or make noise or anything like that. I went up to my room and played with Legos and had the TV blasting so no one could hear me scrounging through my bin and, you know, making all that noise. So once I actually started playing, it was a snowball. At one point,
Got hooked on it.
At one point, I had 15 guitars in the house.
Wow.
Holy
Just
shit.
spread around, and then my grandma would always pester me like, "Do they all make different noises?" Yeah, of course they
Sure
do.
they do. Need one for every room.
I got you from
I
zero.
feel like
why is
playing
it
when I go to the
15?
crapper. I might feel like picking up a guitar.
Well, yeah, well, they do have different sounds. I mean, they're all set up.
They
You can
do.
set them up differently.
Yeah.
One time at a family gathering, I'm leaning on my guitar. My grandma's like, "What are you doing? You're gonna break that." Oh, it's fine. Neil Diamond used to do this. I saw an old black and white picture of him leaning on his guitar. And she's like, "Neil Diamond can afford 5 guitars. Can you?" I had 500 in my account. Yes, 5 $100 guitars. I sure can.
Sure can.
$10, $50 guitars if I want to.
Yeah.
Oh, that's hilarious. So how many guitars you got now?
Considerably less. I think I have 3 or 4.
That's not too bad.
Bass guitar not counted. No, make it 5 because I'm acoustic.
What about you?
I've always just been playing music. 2 of my brothers, they both are also musicians. And my aunt taught me piano when I was young, and her son is actually one of the guitarists for Three Doors Down.
Oh,
Met
nice.
him once. That was weird.
Yeah.
At a family gathering.
Damn.
Oh, shit.
But my brother taught me to play guitar way back in the day when I was like itty bitty. Bought me like a teeny little first act. But I just picked up singing a lot better than I ever picked up playing guitar or piano.
No, you got a hell of a
And
voice. Yeah, you did good. Yeah, you did good. So what else is going on? What you guys are going? You say you're going back into the songs. When are you? Like a time frame that you guys have for that? Can
What's
we
that?
the new songs?
New songs, yeah. Gotta be
What's like
specific, Dave.
Yeah,
Damn
the
it.
new songs you're gonna like record.
2026.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before 26.
Before.
26.
I can't wait to hear them.
Definitely.
We're hoping that we can get through a pretty unscathed and get them in and out really quick. We have a couple people that are really interested in getting them. Nigel Metal really is interested. He's been a great supporter of ours from the very beginning.
Cool,
Love
dude.
Nigel.
He
Yeah.
said that as soon as we get anything, he says send it to me. And he's constantly like, "Did you get any new music yet?"
Oh, I bet you get that a lot though.
Music's different nowadays. It's not so much about just playing shows so much as you have to you saturate yourself in market areas and hopefully it'll get out. Like there's 100,000 internet radio stations out there
Yeah.
that if you'll send music to, they'll play. And I did that early on with us. A lot of the stuff that you'd find on Spotify and Apple
Right.
Music and stuff like that. Those are the songs I've been sending them, and they've played them. They've played them faithfully, every single one of them. They're like, "Well, we played them all. Do you have anything else?"
Right.
Yeah.
And we really want to get in the studio and try to get new material to get it out to these people to help. Because I mean, they've been great supporters of ours all along. And they play. We're in a lot of their rotation. A lot of them will play us at least once a day, which has been great. So it'd be nice to be able to get something new to them. You know.
That's where you get some of the hidden talent.
Yeah. Definitely
That's where you find
Definitely
like
do.
the.
I have made a lot of friends with people on these lists. Like there'll be a band that'll be on that list that'll be sitting there waiting to listen to theirs, and all of a sudden they'll be like, "Whoa, I just heard your song." They'll still send me a message. They'll send the band Facebook page a message. "Hey, just listen to your song. I really like your music. Where are you guys from?" And I get a lot of stuff like that from them, from different people all over. And fortunately, a lot of it ends up being all over the country. So a lot of it's really useless, but it's nice to have another person that I can pull in
Right.
that I could possibly, be able to feed off of. And who knows if we're ever in California or Washington. Man, get a lot of people from over in Europe. A lot of people in Europe really seem to listen to a lot of these internet radio stations. And they're like, "Hey, we're in Belgium," or "We're in..." Then I was like, "Well, I don't think we're going to be coming over there anytime soon, but you let me know."
I know that's what when I go through like our like analytics for like YouTube and stuff and our
Yeah.
videos and our episodes. It's amazing that there's like what was it 82 or 88 people in Russia,
Yeah.
and there was like 62 in Ukraine.
Yeah.
I'm like,
That's what kills us about
you guys are in a
Facebook.
war right now, and you guys are watching our
Put
episodes.
the AK down. New
We have-
episodes out.
We have so many followers on Facebook, but we
So
have
weird.
very few people that are from this area.
Right.
It's like
Yeah,
all they get all these
yeah,
people that'll respond, and all these people that'll like add stuff to your whatever hearts and likes or whatever they're doing, and it's like you're nowhere even close to me. I'm glad that they listen to it. I really am. And honestly, that's a better market right now because
Right.
you can. I like to say like podcasts and video podcasts and stuff like that. We've been really trying to do more of them because we can reach 1,000 people in one setting. What we're doing today will reach at least 1,000 people, where we would have to play 25 shows in order to reach 500 people if we're lucky.
Right.
You know what I mean? So this is an easier market for us to be able to get more music out. I watch the trends. Like a lot of the younger kids that are really good on social media are the ones that are becoming more popular and more famous for the simple fact is they have the ability to go online and spread their music out to a greater area.
Right.
So it's like I'm trying to follow some of their lead when it comes to a lot of what they're doing and be able to go out and try to saturate us in different areas. If it brings us anything, just another fan. I mean, that would be great.
Yeah, because I remember what was, I think it was back in, might have been back in December, I think Jaden wanted to, he was doing something for school, like a project, he wanted, it was like 4 guys, it was like me, Chuck, and 2 other people on a Zoom call, but something to do with like, how to get like more of the younger people out.
Yeah.
And see shows and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's
and
hard.
I've been debating about it for our for the podcast, but like TikTok, I mean that's where they're at.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is where they're at. Mine's
That's-
just scrolling.
You almost have to go to where they're at. I mean,
See, we're not. That's the one area I cannot venture into yet. My daughter says she's 16. She keeps telling me the same thing. This is what you gotta do. This is
Yeah.
where all the bands are. This is where all the music's at.
I've been thinking about it. Something that can give us a bigger reach.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's
Don't look at me like that. One of these days I'll learn to not
you
pregame
just
so
gotta
much
go
before
where
a
they're
show.
at. I mean,
So I'm not gonna lie. To be perfectly honest, I really want people just to listen to music. I'm not trying to make money. I'm not trying to be famous. I just want
Right.
people to listen to what I create and like it or not. I just want them to listen to it. So if
that's the ultimate goal.
if I can spread it as much as I can spread it, if I can send it to 1,000 people and 10 people listen to it, that's 10 people that's listened to it. Versus not being able to, like all the stuff on Spotify. I don't sell anything. I'm not trying to sell a single record.
Right.
I'll give songs away. If I have a song physically on something and you want it, I'm gonna give it to you because I would rather you listen to it than buy a beer and just ignore it.
Yeah.
You can buy a beer and take a song home with you. You may listen to it once, you may give it away, you may throw it away. I don't care. I'll bootleg my own music and give it away to people if I have to. I just want people to listen to
That's the
it.
main goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you're in it to make music so people can hear it.
Yeah.
I would love to make money doing it, but honestly, I would rather people listen to it. I want to play. I like live shows. I love doing live shows. I love recording. I like the finality of recording because once it's done, it's done. You know what I mean?
Right.
This is what this has become, no matter what. And you can change it, but it'll always be that to somebody.
There's nothing like a live show though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, but that's one thing we've noticed. There's been like a lot. It seems like every year the crowd gets a little bit bigger and
Yeah.
bigger.
A little
It seems
bit,
like
yeah. It's
There's gonna
growing.
be like there's been a few that we go. I'm like, I haven't seen like 4 people I haven't seen before.
I feel like it's been a very slow comeback
It
since
has.
2020-ish,
Yeah,
but it's coming.
It's coming
It's
back.
getting there.
Everyone's
yeah.
finally getting bored of being inside.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well,
Or staying at home.
COVID killed so much.
They took a lot of really good bars out,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
sucked. And what it did is it gave a lot of people the opportunity to sell for a high dollar amount what they wouldn't have normally been able
Right.
to. And it killed a lot of the especially like this area.
It's gonna take some time. It'll
Good
come back.
establishments.
It's getting there.
The hard part for a lot of the promoters in Erie is finding places to play. Because when I was a kid, you went to Sherlock's. It didn't
Right,
matter who
yeah.
played. You just went to Sherlock's because all your friends were there and there was a band.
Yeah.
Now it's like we're playing like the Raskeller. There was never a band at the Raskeller when I was a kid. And if
Right.
it was very obscure, very maybe an acoustic duo or a
Something
light
small.
alternative band. You weren't
Right.
getting metal bands playing the Raskeller, so no one was going there. Now what your normal person is going to say, hey, I'm going to go out on a Friday night and see a band. They're not going to be thinking of the Rathskeller. They're not going to be thinking of Voodoo downtown. You know what I mean? They're going to be thinking of what used to be Goofy, Sherlock's, State Street Tavern, Dockside or Scully's. It was all those places where there was going to be a band. And you could, within walking distance, probably see 8 or 9 bands in one night.
We talked about this last week, didn't we?
Yeah, the less
Same thing, yeah. Same thing.
And now you can't.
Exact same thing.
No.
We're talking with Eric and Sheriff and Grace.
Yeah,
Same thing.
and like I said, I mean, props to them. They're trying really hard. Erica has gotten bands into a lot of places that you would have never seen a band in. Jen, same. I mean, they're getting them into places where most of these people would have never allowed a band. They don't want the riffraff that comes along with having a band there. You know what I mean? Where they're realizing that the band people nowadays, they're not really the riffraff.
We're people coming to watch it.
We're people with money now. You know what I mean?
Jobs.
Yeah, the people back
we're
in the
responsible. We can't stay there till 2.
Well, that's what it is. I mean, they have, they hear, what kind of, they hear like heavy metal, and they just have one thought in their mind. It's just going to be
Be
trash.
a big mosh pit. They're gonna trash the
Well, I
place.
hope there's
No,
no
most
mosh
people are just staying there because we're too old.
there might be a little mosh pit. There might be a little people bumping, but
Absolutely, because I know after a show for me, like next morning I'm waking up, my neck is stiff as all get out.
Yeah.
oh yeah.
What's shitty is
I
the ones
should
that were
not.
back in the day playing the heavy metal and going and seeing the bands now we're adults and we actually have money and we're still going to see the bands.
Yeah.
So you look out, it's a lot of the same people I looked out in the 90s and early 2000s and saw the same faces I'm still seeing now.
Even like even some of the younger crowd, like you go to like the Hootenanny or the Metal Massacre.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't see anybody getting out of hand.
No.
Nobody.
No, not
Very
really.
rare.
Very
rare.
rare.
Most of the time it's somebody that's had way too much.
Yeah, I know.
And it's not me,
No,
for once.
no. Usually, but yeah.
Be no teetering for
Yeah,
me.
so that's what, I mean, that irritates me about when the stereotype and the venues.
Yeah.
They feel it's more safer if they have the, and I'm not knocking the cover bands, but they think it's more safer, I think.
Yeah. Same with Cleveland. Cleveland's the same way. I mean, even
Is
the scene there has been rough. Akron has a pretty decent scene. Youngstown has a couple venues that are doing very well. The hard part is just finding the venue that kind of has its own little group of people that'll show up, and then bring in the few people that you would bring in, being the style of music that you play, and then each time, our ultimate goal is to just play as much as we can, so that we can grassroots a fan base. You'll get 2 or 3 people at every show that may come back and see you play the next time.
What's the crowd size like in Akron and Youngstown?
Some places very well. There used to be Annabelle's downtown used to have a great following, and the guy sold the place, and the people now don't have bands at all. Jilly's is another place that's down near the college, which is great. I've been trying to get us into Kent. There's a place down there called the Zephyr, and there's actually a few bars in that area that are all walking distance to the college that's there. And I was there one night, and I swear there was 350 people came through the door because they have a counter, and they count people when they come in, they count people when they go out. So as a flux of people, there was about anywhere between 275 and 375 people coming and going all night long for the bands that were
that's
there.
A good turnout.
In summertime they do outdoor, which is great. Although the college kids aren't there as much in the summertime. I just went to a show down there, and it was graduation. It was a graduation weekend, and there was a band playing out on one of the outdoor patios, and there was probably 100 people inside that patio area, but there probably was 1,000 people walking around that block as a constant. They would stop, look at the band,
check it
listen, and then move on. Take a couple pictures, shoot a little video, and then they would move on.
Right.
So I mean a lot of it's just marketing, knowing where to be at the right time.
Right.
You don't want to be in a college town in the summer. There ain't really going to be a whole lot of people there. You know what I mean?
It's amazing too. Like you would think, like any bar that's in a college town should be having.
I can't believe
live
Erie's.
music.
3 colleges.
Yeah. Edinburgh.
Yeah. Well, they got Gannon, Mercyhurst, and Penn State. All right there. That they don't have a bigger, I won't say a teen, but a younger adult crowd that would go see a lot of these bands. Honestly, I think a lot of them are into different style of music than what you're getting downtown.
That and Erie doesn't have like a ton of nightlife for
No.
college age students.
Big bar.
Yeah.
Still going to the big bar.
Big bar's it.
Packs the
That's
place.
They're missing out.
Yeah, they do too.
Yeah, Erie's missing out.
There used to be more, but
What's really sad is they miss out on the scene that we used to have, the camaraderie, that your friends were there and you'd go and you'd hang out and you always seen them and you knew where you were going to be every week. And a lot of that, because they're so solitary, they sit there, their whole world's all on a small device, and that's how they branch out, where they don't go and physically touch flesh with somebody. There's not interacting. I can't do that anymore. She has me arrested.
Right close to molestation.
Yeah, a little bit.
You
want to ride home though, don't you?
Yeah.
don't be saying it. No, damn it, Dave. No.
I'll take one.
No, you will not take one for the team.
I'll take one for the team.
We have a safe word.
The hand clamps down on the thigh.
He just doesn't know it. That's the difference.
It's okay.
I have a safe word. I just haven't told him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't need a safe word.
So you'll tell him the safe word whenever you've had enough?
Afterwards, when I let him out.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
No, I don't need a safe word.
He's like, I can't believe I came.
Yeah.
Or
I
just,
probably won't.
no, you just call it.
Yep, not more.
I'm breathing hard. No coming.
Okay, yeah, alright. We went there. Okay. Yeah. Oh, that's alright. Oh.
No, Dave.
Yeah,
No, you are not going there again.
That's funny.
No, I shut you down. You're done.
Yeah, I won't go there.
You
We
will
can
not go there
conspiracy.
again. No. No.
Alright, you want to talk
No.
about JFK?
No.
UFOs?
Shut up.
Bigfoot?
Damn it, Dave. You're squirreling off.
I already screw off. That's one
I know
of my
you do.
downfalls. I'll be thinking something, I'll just blur it out, and I'll just go to another. It is.
It is what it is.
Yeah, but then that's one thing. I just wish like Big Bar would have a few more. A couple bars like that downtown would be nice.
Yeah.
Because they already have a following.
Because there's a ton of bands, and good bands in the area that they get
There's so many.
every week, and it could be.
That's what's hard about trying to get into that marketplace is, like I said, it's oversaturated. I mean, even if your cycles every 6 months, if you're lucky, to be able to get into a bar in Erie because of the fact that there's 30, 40 good bands all play there.
Trying to play like
You know?
3 or 4
And
places.
a lot of them aren't willing to travel like some of us are. Some of us are willing to do the traveling, but a lot of them stay in their area. So you're getting the same handful of bands playing the same handful of venues, in a cycle.
Yeah.
And if you're lucky to get on one of those bills somewhere as it goes, it's still the same cycle.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think that the only way to really grow is for us especially is to actually travel.
Yeah.
And try to get out.
Well, that's actually good. I mean, if you
But
get
like
a
I said,
chance.
grassroots in it, you're going to go and you're going to play for 5 people maybe the first time. And you got to be willing to say, okay, this is where we're starting.
Yeah.
And it's only moving up from here. And then the next time,
I
maybe
remember
there's
going
10.
to go see a band and be like only like 4 of us that
Yeah.
walked and something. Like it. It's not fun.
That's why, I try to put so much music out in the areas that we play, like with the internet radio stations and stuff. There's several of them in this area. There's a couple out of Cleveland, a couple out of Pittsburgh. Got the one out of Corey. That does it here locally. And I try to keep it in that area so that we can, once we go there, at least the songs are being heard. The ones that we are on Spotify, the ones that you don't want to play.
Yeah, those are the ones I listen to.
Yeah.
Most.
Yeah.
I like Infected. That's a good one. That's one of my favorite ones.
The problem is those songs. There's a lot of people that really, really, really like those songs, especially for the vocal work. And Miss Vocal Work gets a little testy about it. She's ready to be done.
Yeah, she's putting her nose up in the air.
I know.
When
She's
say
ready to be
Infected,
done
she's
with these songs. And really,
Oh my God.
I'm ready to move on too. I really am. I'm ready to go
I
out.
get it.
But we have to get them to the point where we get them on tape, and then we can start sending them out.
On tape.
Well,
Ooh.
I don't know the right words. I don't know what they come out on anymore. I would love to come out with 8 tracks. I don't have anything to play them on. For years, I made records. Like, I'm in a band right now that put out a record, but when I was a kid, we put out records. I have never owned a record player in my life. I have probably 8 or 9 records at home I've never listened to.
I know what I'm getting
Really?
for Christmas.
A record player? I would like a record
That's all.
player.
That's all.
I got one of them
had
right up
growing
there. It's a little blue case.
Real, I'm surprised.
Yeah,
it's great.
That's all I had was a record player.
Never owned one. Never.
I wish I
I
was,
grew up in 8 tracks was the first thing I bought was Iron Maiden, Number the Beast on 8 track. And then right from there I went right into cassettes. Motley Crue, Styx, the Iron Maiden, Number the Beast one on cassette. Because
Oh,
my
yeah.
8-track broke.
The age is showing. My 8-track broke, guys. Damn
I
it.
tell my kids, I said, you have no
Where's my
idea
wheelchair?
the-
I need to leave.
how
I mean, I
the
still miss my
media
Walkman.
market's changed
Yeah.
just in
Watching
my
little CD spin
lifetime.
around.
I mean,
Yeah.
because we went from 8-tracks,
Holding
or
as
from
steady as you
records,
can so don't
8-tracks,
skip.
CDs,
Like, yeah, I got the high end with the
MP3s,
3-second skip.
right into
detection.
digital format. So
Yeah.
it's like, just in my lifetime, I mean, I've had to buy some of the same
Oh.
albums
And that's
15 times.
and that's why Gen X is angry, because we've had to replace our shit
Yeah.
repeatedly.
Yeah, I have probably 2 gigantic totes at home full of cassettes. And
Yeah.
until a
I
month
know,
ago,
I
I didn't
got
have a
rid of
cassette
it.
player.
See, I was stupid. I got rid of like a lot of my vinyls.
Yeah.
Which I never did because we had some old
We
ones.
got a whole pile of them.
Oh, like the old Kiss ones when they're still in full makeup and.
So I never had a lot of vinyl. My mom did
No,
growing up, but I never
Yeah.
had a lot.
I got vinyl as a tip from a customer a couple months ago. It was
Nice.
great.
What did you get?
But yeah,
I got Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath.
Sweet.
Oh, nice.
He just handed it right over because one of my songs is based off of Sabbath. Actually, it rips off of a Wasp song. I'm surprised you haven't said anything yet.
Which one?
You'll figure it out.
I'm not giving that
I
one.
just-
Guessing.
I feel like I just got homework.
It better work.
Yeah, you're gonna find out,
Yeah, there's
and
nothing.
you'll lose it when you hear it. You'll be like, "That's the one." Son of a bitch! I knew that. But I got that one. I got a live mountain one, and I said how much I love the Boss, and he's like, "I think I have Born to Run around here. Hold on,
Oh, that's hilarious.
Born to Run, almost brand new."
Yeah.
He's like, "I'm going home and listen to this."
Oh yeah, that's a good tip. That's
Got
a
it.
good tip. I would have taken that.
We got a Cheech and Chong Big Bamboo album.
I have that. I don't. The rolling
With-
paper's gone because
We have it
used.
with the paper, but there's one corner missing.
Desperate times,
Oh.
desperate
The,
needs.
oh, for the little
Yeah.
hash roach that Chong sucked in.
Oh, man, I remember those days. Suck it out. Yeah, I remember those. That was awful. That burns. burns.
Does it?
Yeah, it does.
Does it meow?
But you know, still get you high.
That,
That's all that matters.
that's all you care about.
Well, I usually I ask people this, so I always find it interesting. But what was your guys' first concert you went to?
Please tell me it was the Wiggles.
I'm too
You
old
can't-
for Wiggles, thank you.
Thank you very
And you
much.
can't say Barney.
What?
Can't say Barney either. Is that what you're
Like a local concert or like
Nope.
an actual one?
An actual concert.
Big name concert, I guess you could say.
That would have been Muse back in, probably 2015-ish. Drove all the way to Philly.
Wow. From Mercer?
Mhm.
It's a drive. It's a drive.
What about you, Spike?
I think my first one was
That was his first show.
either it was either Iron Maiden or it was Motley Crue. It could have been the Motley Crue Theater of Pain.
Back when Jesus was playing guitars.
Could have been, yeah. I think it was Iron Maiden. I think it was
That
it
would
wasn't the
be
Number of
good.
the Beast tour, but it was the one after that one. We went and see them in Buffalo.
In the 80s, so
Yeah.
that would have been a good one.
Yeah, and then Motley Crue I went and see. We used to go to Buffalo because I'm originally from New York, so we would go from Olean, not from New York City. So we'd go to Buffalo and see concerts up at the Buffalo Stadium. Monsters of Rock came through in the mid '80s. We went and seen that up at the football stadium up there. So I would
I
say,
remember the old Motley Crue, but
Yeah. yeah.
So I remember my older brother got tickets. And it was back in Indianapolis. It was after Neil left. Or,
Really?
Yeah, it was when they came back with the new singer.
You know, John Corabi.
It was so horrible.
You know what sucks about that
It
is
was so
I
horrible.
wouldn't listen to that album, but I went back afterwards. Like I had a friend of mine and be like, "Listen, just listen to it like it's not a Motley Crue album." I was like, "All right." Oh, and it's actually a good album.
If you don't listen to it
Yeah,
as a
if you
Motley
if you
Crue.
consider that it's just John Corabi and a bunch of retards,
they're-
it's a good album.
but
But if you
they're-
say it's a
yeah.
Motley Crue, it's like it sucks.
But that concert was horrible because there could have been more than.
No, people boycotted it.
Yeah, because it was
Purposely.
because they played in the same venue that like Grateful Dead
Yeah.
and Beating Blowfish or would pack it out. I mean, it would be.
He was a
I think
great
it holds
singer
like
and a great
15,
guitar player,
20,000.
and they were mad. They were mad that they got rid of the guy who couldn't sing,
Yeah.
could barely breathe, didn't know his own lyrics.
I think there might have been 500 people there.
Yeah.
I mean, it was everybody had good seats though. I mean, nobody was blocking our view. What about you, Ryan?
First one was a country singer named Joe Nichols. He made Broken Heartsville. That's the only song I know by him.
I
My
played
gran-
with them.
And my grandpa used to play that song all the time. And he came to Ashtabula at the county fair
Yep.
in like 12 or 13,
Yeah.
somewhere around there. Ticket was $11.
I-
All right, screw it.
I believe I played with him that same night. Because he played the Ashtabula County Fair, and then he came to a place out in Ravenna and got up. The band I was in played the music, and he just sang. And what was screwy was we played his song just like the album, but when they did it live, they didn't do it like the album, so he actually screwed it up. I believe it was that same tour, because that was the hit he had
That's
out then.
insane.
That's bizarre. I am old, right? I think
He's
I just come full circle.
He's like, we got this new album, Crickets, coming out.
Yeah.
He talked about that.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not listening to that, but cool, good for you.
Because we used to do we would get a lot of the fair people would come through, and they would do the fair, and then they would go do some local bars. Normally it was just the singer, maybe the singer and the guitar player. They would come and they would. I got to meet a lot of pretty big country artists back in the day doing that, and he was one of them. That's funny. It's funny you say that.
Ouch. That's hilarious.
I want to
Do
see
you want
Manson.
a pens or a hole in the ground? Which one to bring
I want
interest
both.
in?
I'll take the hole in the ground right now. Although I'll tell you, it was a great time. I remember I sat behind my drum set and I was smoking weed the entire time. So it was a good show, I think.
I did see a
Pretty
better
sure.
show a few years later when Blue Oyster Cult and Dennis DeYoung and Music of Sticks came to Erie and played for free.
Did they play with the cowbell?
Gotta have more
Oh
cow.
yeah, I have.
They had a lot
I
of
recorded it
cowbell.
live on Facebook.
He took his own cowbell.
So, oh God.
I
I wonder
almost
how many
did that.
people do that. Their
I know.
fans are, you
I
know?
would.
I thought
I would,
about it when
yeah.
I saw them in
And
Warren.
play it through every song
Oh no.
You gotta wear,
until they threw me out, which would probably happen after 2 songs.
yeah, you have to wear what Will Ferrell did in certain
Yeah.
you
The
have to
funniest
do
part is how his shirt rides up on
Yeah.
his belly while he's
that.
doing it.
Hilarious. That was such a funny skit. Oh, mine was the Beach Boys. I was 13 years old.
Old man.
Yeah. I don't remember anything of it.
Yeah.
Only thing I remember is being the first introduction to the smell of weed.
I remember seeing Leonard Skinner came to Olean right after the younger brother became a singer. They played Bradner Stadium in Olean, New York, and it was a free concert. And I remember we didn't go inside, but there was a river dike right there, and we would set up on top of that, and we listened to it. That was pretty weird because it's like I never in my life thought I'd ever go see Leonard Skinner, and they came to me, to my
that's
town
just-
I was at. It was weird.
Well, that's what we went to, just like the Grateful Dead concert. You could go to them every time we came, but we always just hung out in the park.
Yeah.
That's all we did. That was always fun. The
Was it?
$1 grilled cheese.
Dollar grilled cheese.
Oh yeah, they
Boy,
were
that's gotta be
fast. Having
safe.
some,
It's
some
gotta be
hippie
safe.
mix
You're like,
with
don't eat
Grilled
blue
cheese is
grilled
grilled
cheese. It's not safe.
It doesn't
Not
matter,
safe.
man. I mean, it doesn't
It's
matter.
tainted.
It's so much better when it makes it. I don't care.
Is it?
I don't give a shit.
I bet it
They
is.
could have been bathing for weeks. I don't care. It tasted so good. That was good times. Yeah, the 80s and 90s was a good trip.
Concerts were always
You guys
an event.
missed it. You guys missed a good
Yeah,
generation.
they were always such an event, though. I mean, you start out in the parking
Better.
lot, you go inside. Normally, I mean, you would have quite a party inside, and there was always a lot of
Yeah.
good bands. And the prices of tickets weren't stupidly expensive. They got real bad for a while, but I know that the prices of tickets have come down quite a bit. So it's actually, I mean, you can go and see, but everyone's doing fests. It's like,
Yeah.
you pay, what did you pay to go see the Incantation Festival?
Incarceration?
Yeah.
Incarceration.
That?
What was that? What was the ticket
I
prices?
want to say tickets because I bought them early. I want to say my ticket probably ran me like $400.
But that's 4 days, right?
Yeah.
Right?
How
3
many
days.
bands were there total?
Oh,
Like
I
70,
no
something
idea.
like that.
Yeah, something like
Yeah.
that.
That's
I
insane.
mean, that's what a lot of the concerts have turned into. Like I remember one of my favorite bands from back in the '90s, Mushroomhead. I played in a band, and we brought Mushroomhead to Erie for the very first time to open for us, ironically. And we used to go to Cleveland, and we would open for them, and it was only just a short window of time because they came to SST and played at State Street Tavern, and then Bev or Mary, I can't remember, from Sherlock's came up, and she went right backstage. She's like, I want you to sign an exclusive contract that you'll only play at Sherlock's, and I'll give you X amount of dollars every time. And they started going there, and it was just crazy. But I grew up with friends of the dudes from Mushroom Head, so it was like, that's why I have a Mushroom Head sticker on my car, on all of my cars. I've been fans of theirs all along, and for years I used to get free records. I would get them sent to me when they'd come out with a new record. The drummer and I remained friends for years, and he would send them to me, and it was great. Now, I don't even think he remembers who I am anymore. It's been years since we've even corresponded, but so I've always been a huge fan of them, and I would go see them wherever they played. They were always a very interesting show. I remember the first time they came, standing in the audience going, holy shit, I have to follow that. And we never played harder or faster or more aggressive than we did that night, and it was awful. It did not turn out well. They were amazing to watch that night. I mean, I'd never seen anything like that before in my life. There was 13 of them, 14 of them on stage. It was just white lights and fog. You couldn't tell what was going on. You couldn't see shit.
It was a hell of a show.
You could hear it.
There was a girl walking around in a thong with electrical tape on her nipples, and that's really all that mattered because no one else paid attention to anything else.
Everybody's listening to music.
And she led around a dude in a bondage mask for most of the show, and I became friends with him much later on. And I ended up with that bondage mask.
That's where that safe word came from. Huh?
No, we had no safe word.
Yeah, let's go there.
And I used to play when I was in a shock rock band back in the '90s, and I would wear that mask on stage. And there would be times I'd be playing, I'd just be
The very same mask.
yes,
huh?
the exact same mask. He gave it to me because it ripped on top. And he's like, I can't wear it anymore, but I had really long hair, so I just cut the top of it out and I'd pull my hair out, let my hair hang down. So it worked for me, you know. And it was, I had that for the longest time. Somehow in transit, mask just went away or the bugs ate it. I don't really know what happened to it, but.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So what was that festival like? 'Cause I
It
always
was,
wanted to go to one.
Dusty.
Yeah, was it?
And but it was good. A lot of standing, a lot of people, just a massive amount of people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was wondering if there'd be a lot of people.
And
that
the
go
crowd
to that.
surfers were a little much.
Yeah.
Which I'm cool. I'm cool sending a kid up 30 times in a show, but I'm not so cool when 6 foot tall, 275-pound man comes on top of my head, and then I'm like, fuck, where's everybody else at?
Yeah, you got this. You got this.
Right.
I do not.
It's like he's going down.
It was so funny too, because last month he took me
His first metal show.
my
was
metal show. I've never been to a metal like a
Major.
major metal show.
Yeah.
But we went down to the stage 80 and saw the
Trivium
trivia.
and Bullet.
Yeah. And I've never seen
That
like
fucking
a
storm
mosh
killed
pit
the first two openers.
or the
Yeah,
crowd
it was-
surfing. So it was
Yeah.
It was great. I
it was
loved
fun
Like,
watching. I was like,
At first he's like, well, you want to stand here? I'm like, no.
because we had an opportunity when we came in to go right at the
Could
front.
have been
and
right in front. I'm like, no, I ain't
kind
not
of started
doing that.
like, man, we made it.
Beer
Hey,
cans are gonna start flying
Yeah,
through the air. and
I made
people-
the right move.
Oh, I was
If
gonna
you're
say
a-
the beer, so expensive.
Oh
Too
yeah.
expensive.
If you're
Yeah.
up front, you just get
It
crushed.
was
That's
like
the worst
$11
part.
for like a can of friggin' Bud Light. It would kill me.
It was ridiculous. Yeah, trying to get Thank God I just brought my vape pen with me. They didn't even check us, but
Nope.
yeah, that was the first time I ever seen like beer
It was like
cans
just
going
like a
in the
tall. It
air.
wasn't even a pounder.
But that was a great show.
Damn.
That
Wasn't even a
great
tall
show.
boy.
It was maybe a tall, but it definitely wasn't like a pounder. Like
Tall boy's 24. You know, when I
Yeah.
went to the Slayer farewell tour in Ohio, yeah, it was $14, but at least you were getting a tall boy.
I'm sure a tall boy.
24
would-
ouncer.
Yeah, no.
No, but seeing those things raining down on you,
Yeah.
I'm glad we
You're
got
better off standing
yeah.
in the back.
I'm glad it
It's
was.
like, I'm too old for this shit. I mean, I'm not, but, my body is.
It didn't matter too. I mean, it was good seats wherever you were in that venue. It didn't
Yeah.
matter. I mean, the sound was phenomenal. It was a great show.
Yeah.
I can't wait to go see him again. It was good. I liked
Next
it.
up,
but
festival.
you
I've
what?
never been to a major festival
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah,
we're looking into
we were
those.
talking about
Stay
like just one
hydrated.
time.
Bring your sunscreen.
It's this year.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah,
They're
we were
doing it again
telling.
this year.
Huh?
They're doing it again this year.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's
I
like
think
a
it
Right
is.
where Mansfield? Is
Yeah,
that
it's
where
out in
it's at?
Mansfield, yeah.
Yeah, we were like talking about just
I mean,
doing
I was
one,
bougie. I
just
got
one
myself
time.
a hotel room with a pool and a hot tub in the hotel. So
Yeah, that's what we do.
Yeah.
I did not rough it.
No.
Oh no, there's no. Oh God, no.
There's no nothing.
The only way I would do that was with like an RV. No, I'm
'Cause
not
they do
gonna.
have camping options, but I wasn't
Mhm.
about to try my luck at
If I
that.
could take an RV,
I've
I'd be
been looking at
cool.
them for a long
But
time
that's
myself. Different ones that pop up, I check them out.
Well-
I'm like, man, I would like to, but
I mean, solo camping at a festival like that for me just squicked me out just a little too much.
I
yeah.
just got rid of an RV. They're a gigantic pain in the ass.
Well, that'd be
Why
the
did you
only-
have an RV?
Huh?
Why did you have an RV?
We had it for. I had it for like 7
Oh
years.
yeah, you did. I've just never seen it.
No, because we left it at camp because it sucked to drive.
Yeah.
Right.
It's expensive. 1, 2. The wind blows it all over the road.
The no-tell
It's so
motel.
top heavy.
Yeah, there's no
and
way.
every year it was.
Camping.
I would spend like 2 weeks just getting everything ready, and then my wife and daughter would, because I play so much that I never stayed in it, but we'd leave it at camp, and my wife and daughter would go out and they would sleep in it at camp, and then every year I'd have to go out and cover it all up and winterize it all, and it really set so long that the brakes started to rust. I started having issues with everything going on within the machine itself because it just sat. It wasn't being driven anymore. She'd go out, she'd start it and let it run for a while. So the motor was super strong, but it seemed like I started having problems with it in the drivetrain area.
Yeah, there's no way. It's gonna be a hotel or.
Yeah.
Those little
Yeah.
babies are
Yeah.
nice though. Those little like single sleepers or double sleeper ones that are the little
Yeah,
RVs
but
that are
I'm,
basically a van.
Yeah.
Those are pretty cool.
C-class.
Yeah,
Yeah,
those
but
aren't so bad.
Yeah, there's no way. I'm with you. I'm going hotel.
Yeah.
And
I'd
I'm
rather
gonna-
drive in
I'm
my
gonna be
car.
comfortable when I crash out, not just
Yeah,
fall
because nothing
wherever.
beats a shower above baby wipes
Right.
when you're crunched down in a tent just trying to
Well,
get
we
you
have
out.
the dude wipes now.
Right.
We got the fancy ones.
Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot about the dude.
You can't use them.
Forgot
We
about
got
that.
the fancy ones.
I tried to
Never-
buy them and they told me no.
No, they can't. You can't sell them to you by law.
No, we're not allowed
By
to.
law,
Not
it's
in
illegal.
I can't believe they even allowed you to hold it.
I know.
They keep them behind glass to keep you
Criminal.
away from them now.
Don't talk to me, criminal.
Well, it's got frog marched out of Walmart.
Right. She's up there against the glass going, I want the dude wipes.
Here's the Hello Kitty and you're gonna like it.
Yeah, one of these days we'll get there, but I think if we're gonna do.
Is it easy getting back and forth from the hotel to the show?
Yeah, I mean, my hotel was probably about like a half hour outside of the actual prison, so the drive time wasn't bad to get in.
Okay.
However, and parking wasn't bad. However, getting out at night was a whole other issue.
Right.
Just because of the amount of cars trying to
Everybody
leave my
leaving.
lot. Thankfully, it was not that rainy this year because apparently the year before, Orange Lot where I parked was a complete mud mess and people had to wait to get towed.
Ooh.
Just get pulled out of the mud.
Four-wheel drive. For the win.
What were you driving? The Escape?
Yeah, I had the Escape.
It'll be so much fun though.
It would be.
It'll be so
Can't wait.
fun.
We're gonna do it.
Yeah, we're gonna
Eventually.
have to. Yeah, we're gonna have to.
Within a year. Maybe.
Maybe.
Too much household shit to pay for first.
I mean, I know if you buy the tickets for Incarceration like right after like the show happens, they're a lot cheaper.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good.
I've been
Because like the
seeing
closer it
that.
gets to the show, the more expensive they
Yeah,
get.
'cause I don't think I would want to go to day one.
Why not? If you're going the whole fucking thing, Dave.
Well, not if it's cheaper. I mean, it's cheaper.
No, like go for it to 3 days. You don't want to just go for one day. It's a drive.
Should we have to do
Well,
I'm
naturally.
just out on all of them.
Lazy.
Plus, you got to tour the prison.
it. Yeah, if we're gonna do it, we're
You
gonna
got to
do
tour
it.
Shawshank
We're gonna do
Redemption.
it.
Got film. You got to check
Exactly,
that
yeah.
out. Got to look at stuff.
Oh, Andy Dufresne. Getting busy living, getting busy dying. That was a good movie. You know, that's where it was actually filmed at.
Yeah. I've told you that.
He's in
Yeah,
now.
but I never fucking pay attention to you.
Of course you don't.
You have
Why
to
would
finance the tickets though now because isn't it coming up soon?
Yes, it's coming up. at the
3
end of
weeks
July,
or something?
End of
Oh,
July.
there's
Yeah.
no way we're going this year.
No.
Oh yeah, no.
Not
It's,
with that attitude.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Attitude ain't gonna get you a ticket at all.
Hurry
Not
up,
that
take my
attitude.
money. Get us in there.
No, I would like to go to
Sign
one.
one of your vehicles over to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause I wouldn't, I wouldn't mind going to see Slipknot. That would be who I
Well,
would
it
want
was
to see.
fun. I saw him in there. You knew that.
Their new drummer's amazing.
The new one?
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Amazing.
is.
I was a huge Joey Jorgensen
Yeah,
fan. I
yeah.
didn't like Jake very much, but the new drummer is amazing. He was
Yes,
amazing in Sepultura in his own right. You know what I mean? But I mean,
Right.
he elevates them to a whole new level. There's no doubt because I mean he is such an
He is good.
aggressive
I'm still
player.
a Joey fan, but yeah, I do agree
Yeah.
with you on that one.
Yeah, I'm a purist. I enjoy the originals for sure.
Yeah.
Even if by no means was he the best, that was his band. It fit his personality so well. The rest of them, they're just hired guns.
Right.
Yeah.
And I can't get past that. It drives me crazy.
The higher guns.
Yeah, because you know that's what they are. You know
Yeah.
that's exactly all he is. You know what I mean? He doesn't. There's no. His personality's not there anymore, or his personality's not in the band.
Yeah.
Where Joey's was. Joey's was years after he wasn't in the band. His personality still was there in the band.
Yeah, he's a good. Yeah, Joey was. Yeah, he was the good one.
It was
But the
very
new one's good. I mean, I agree with you though. Yeah, he brings something extra.
Yeah,
It's a little
Evil,
more of a
whatever his
heavier
name is.
punch with him.
Oh, he's brutal. They have drum cam video
Yeah,
of
I
him.
watched
It's
those.
brutal.
Yeah, I watched that. I'm like, oh, yeah.
He physically
that's-
hits just about as hard as anyone can hit and ridiculously fast.
Have you seen him on any of the videos on YouTube?
I don't watch many videos.
Oh, I am
you
a
should. Yeah, you should watch him.
I am
mean,
a
it's-
drum
I
video
listen more
whore.
than I watch.
Just watch it and
Yeah.
watch it. Yeah, I
Most
can't
time
help
I'm
myself.
jamming, I'm driving.
Yeah, if you can just watch it, like just a short video of
Yeah.
him.
I'll put up YouTube
Might
next time
try-
I'm
yeah,
driving
it's-
to work, and I'll just watch.
I do that every morning.
Because
That's not bad.
I'm waiting for him to either break his stick or like break the drum set.
I don't know how the hell he does it.
Yeah.
I mean, I get the illusion of looking like you're hitting hard, and I kind of get that, but it certainly looks like he's really hitting hard.
Sounds like he is
Like,
too.
it's not illusional type of thing where he's like, it might not be. It might be light. It doesn't look like it's light. Them cymbals are rocking hard, so
Yeah.
he's coming down on them viciously hard.
So if anybody wants to find you, how do they find you guys on social media?
Well, we have Facebook, obviously.
We have
Instagram.
Instagram.
Instagram. If you want to find the song, Spotify, Apple Music. I handle
Maybe.
Bandcamp, yes, which is
Bandcamp.
where don't
If you would
buy.
like to give Spike money on Bandcamp, where he can never ever touch
Can't
it,
get it
One
off
time
of
I made
it.
I will do that.
Yeah, he'll never
I'll
touch
do
it.
that.
I
it will
can't.
be the best dollar you've ever spent.
Right.
It will be.
Because you know it'll go to no one.
Just to watch him
Bandcamp,
struggle.
whoever, when the Bandcamp guy who dies, he's gonna take all my money with him. He's gonna be like $38. Don't put it in my pocket.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Right into the earth.
But
There you go.
mostly Facebook, obviously, is the genre that we have a tendency, or the market that we have a tendency to be in the most, because it's the easiest for me to manhandle, being the fact that the person that is the oldest in the band is handling the social media part of it.
Yeah, that's how it worked out with me and
And I
him.
gotta yell
At
at my
first they're like,
kids.
he's like, you're gonna be the tech guy because you know computer stuff. Yeah, he's done it.
Yeah, I have to yell at my kids. What am I doing wrong?
Now, most of this stuff though, we,
Really?
we're
You're
just
gonna
having-
go there with the glasses thing? They are in the car, by the way.
That was a very good
It was
impression.
too. That is what I look like, unfortunately.
Including like the
doing
very
it too.
stiff, like.
Yeah,
Oh,
you're
yeah.
trying to break the screen.
Oh yeah,
You
I'm the
can't-
same way.
You can't just look through the glasses on the end of your nose. You got to look through the bottom of the glasses on the end of your nose where you can see the best.
You know what sucks is when I turn 40, I need to go see an eye
Age
doctor.
stuff.
Yeah, I was like, I need to go see an eye doctor. Boom, never had glasses, never had anything. Right straight to bifocals.
Oh.
You motherfucker.
Old man.
So yeah, I'm like, you'll catch me. I'm like, yeah.
4 years ago, I picked up a piece of paper to read it. And was like,
Yep. Yep.
I was like, shit, I can't see that. My wife had cheater glasses. She's like, here, try these on. I was like, damn.
Oh, damn,
So I can
see
actually
all
read it now. You need to get a pair. I'm like, no.
Clearly now the rain is gone.
And then there I am wearing pink ones like a year later because I still won't buy any of my own. Still trying to look it through hers.
Well,
Finally, she
okay.
bought me a whole box of them. She's like, here's a whole box of
giving
them.
All right.
Not the pink ones though.
I'm not
We
going
actually
to the
got them.
doctor. I'm not giving in.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sucked when I hit 40.
My eyesight's really good until you put something right in front of my face that I have to read it. I can't read it. But I can see
It doesn't matter. I mean,
hundreds of yards
it's
away,
close,
perfectly fine.
far away. It sucks. It sucks getting old, but it's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Well, if anyone wants my nearsightedness, I'll give it to you.
Yeah, right?
We have that.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd want to go back to being a young kid nowadays. I like the era I grew up in. There was a lot of cool shit going on. No, I don't think I want to be. Like, I have
In the
kids.
30s and 40s
Actually,
through
it
the
was-
Great Depression.
It was actually more dangerous for us back then than it is for the kids now.
Because our parents didn't care. They're like, go outside till it's dark. And then you can come back if you want.
Streetlights come on.
You know
they
what?
might be there.
You know how like the phase where like the Tide Pods, they're eating the Tide Pods, and we're like,
Yeah.
oh my god, it's so stupid. Eating it. I stopped and thought, I'm like, shit.
It's like,
When I was that age, man, I saw kids puffing Freons from garbage and
Gas.
gas tubes, and like, Yeah, I get it.
Well, the
Yeah,
difference
yeah.
is you guys didn't have the ability to film.
Yeah.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
no
See,
evidence.
like someone like my
No
age,
evidence.
when it's because we're on to be
These
like
kids,
president,
they
and
don't
you
know.
never.
It's like, oh, that's not funny.
I have
That's
no-
evidence.
Yeah, I have,
Exactly.
there's no video, photo evidence of me,
None.
I would never even want to start going down the road of all the stuff I done when I was a kid that I shouldn't have done. The great thing is with my children is I've made sure I've told them all along, this is how you can be stupid and still survive, but try not to be stupid.
Yeah, just try not to.
I
be
luckily
stupid,
made it through all of it. Now I won't say entirely
Don't
unscathed,
record it.
but I mean I made it. I did a lot of stupid stuff. I said, and you can be a whole lot better than me and not do the same stupid stuff I did.
Just
Oh, yeah,
scars
we
have
did.
scars.
Oh.
Yes, yes, I do.
Oh my God, we used to the shit that we used to do with like bottle rockets.
Yeah, ride on top of cars. We
Yeah,
used
we
to
would-
sit
we
on the
would
train
light 'em
trusses
on
and watch
fire
the
and-
trains go by. We're like, from me to him, away from the train. We're just sitting there. It's like blowing our hair and everything.
I bet they could have pissed on the train.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Jesus. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Way to bring that back up. Dave.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that was an
Crazy
interesting
shit.
story.
No, it was a
That was
bit, music was different. The scene was different. Even like when I moved to Erie in the '90s. I mean, the Erie music scene in the '90s was fantastic. I mean, like I said, the bands were tight.
Yeah.
We all knew each other. We all practiced in the same buildings together. You know what I mean? We would go from room to room to room. We'd party
And
together.
that's how it was here in Erie. So
Yeah,
it was
high
it was
school.
different out in Indianapolis.
I was
It
in high
it was
school
more
then. She
very,
was barely
very
born.
competitive.
Yeah.
They were
Well,
very
see,
competitive with each other.
It became that way in the 2000s. It
Not that
became
it's a
very
bad
competitive.
thing.
One band would screw over another one for $5 more. It's like, we'll take $5 off. We'll come play instead of you. Or they'll go behind your back and do stuff. But it really, that's what I think a lot of the downfall of the scene back in that era was. That's why, like I said, the people like Eric and stuff like that, the bands that are going out, and Mala Sangre have been around forever, are trying to resurge by the fact that they're all getting along. They're going to each other's shows. They're
Yeah.
not standing in the back with their arms crossed, staring at you. They're actually enjoying it. And they're
That
trying
kind of freaked me out.
to
the first-
participate.
Yeah, that kind of freaked me out the first time I went to
Yeah.
like the Sandbar. It was one of the first events, and seeing like everybody just hanging out.
Yeah.
That wasn't.
Yeah,
I
all the
think,
people
yeah.
that were around back then, I'm still friends with. I still enjoy sitting
No, don't
and
do
talking
that.
to them. I
Don't
still
do that.
enjoy being around them.
Too early for
It's
that.
nice. We've
I
stayed with
worked
many
midnight and
friends.
I worked last night.
Yeah.
Don't come for me.
You work midnight,
I do.
night shift.
Yep.
Yeah, I worked.
7 to 7?
I worked 8 to 6:30 a.m.
Can't do
Yep.
that.
No, me either.
Had me a nap today.
Yeah, I feel it's so accurate for today.
We know our chairs sucked.
It was necessary.
Necessary evil. But any of that, I mean, like, you guys want to plug anything else before we wrap it up?
We just have shows coming up. It'd be nice to try to get people to come out to Voodoo when we play there next, and that would be the CD release party for the other band.
On July 20th, Anna Cara.
Yep, it'd be nice if people would come
20th.
out to that. It's just we would just like to get the scene going.
Yeah,
we really
we
don't
just
have
want to see
anything to
your
plug.
faces.
We're gonna be around.
Get out,
um,
check them out, check everybody.
No matter what, we're gonna keep
Do you
moving
not ask
forward.
us for a t-shirt?
Nope.
You're gonna ask us for a T-shirt. We have 2 T-shirts. That's all we've ever made, and we have a curse of merch. The merch curse that just won't go away.
What is that?
Every time we get any merch at all,
We
band
lose a
falls
band
apart.
member. Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
So,
Yep. So
no.
I bought T-shirts for her and I back when we were the other band, and yep, it wasn't more than a week later.
Yep.
Guitar player quit. I was like,
Don't put your names on it.
Nothing. no. The worst part is well, my shirt actually has my name on it. Yeah, we just don't. We're not buying merch ever. No, like I said, we're not trying to sell stuff. We'll
No,
give
just
shit
say hi.
away. I'd like to do
Yeah,
stickers
check
at some
that out.
point, just because I always liked having stickers.
Oh yeah,
Um,
There's nothing like a band sticker.
Yeah.
There, I mean,
But I'm still fearful. The curse of the sticker may still
Yeah.
be there with the merch. I'm not sure if that's considered merch or not.
you gotta.
It's a gray area. Some
No,
say
don't
merch,
sell it.
some say no.
Take
No,
it.
Sell it.
it's
Take it.
making it. It doesn't
Yeah,
matter
take
if we
it.
sell it or not.
Okay, if we,
I didn't sell the T-shirt. I just made it.
Can we just call it decor, maybe?
I don't know what the
There you
hell to
go.
call it.
Decor.
You gotta take
Decor.
the chance. Gotta take the chance.
Yeah, that's it. Just come visit us.
No merch so
Don't
far.
say that.
The only sticker we really ever had made is this new band. It's the one that's on my bass drum.
There you go.
All right, guys. Well, it was a pleasure to have you guys here. It's
Definitely.
nice
It's a
sitting there. and
pleasure
just-
to be here.
just
Yeah,
Yeah, thank you for having us out.
We appreciate
Just,
y'all making the journey.
Got to our little
My
little
little hole in
garage,
the garage.
thing. But this is what we used to do. This is what we do.
Yeah,
Just
usually.
Yeah.
Next time, maybe I'll have the buggy up and running. We can go ball hauling through the woods.
Nice.
Yeah, just don't flip it.
It is running. We could. I will shut up. Damn it, Dave. You don't
Yes,
tell
flip
him.
it. I've done it. I can do that.
Oh yeah, he did. Oh yeah, that was yeah,
The seatbelts hold up a fat guy pretty good.
yeah. But I didn't. Yeah, that was a funny story because that was last summer,
Mm-hmm.
and we've done this many times. Well, I mean, we'll take this out. It'll be like 1 o'clock in the morning, which there's a trail right down a few hundred yards away. Thousands of times, long
Yeah.
humps, and we go all the way down to the next intersection. It's a gravel road. We do a couple of those and we come back. Thousands of
Not
times.
that time.
So we go. Of course, we're not sober. We're not low. We're very,
Drunk.
we're not low. And so it's him driving, me in the passenger room, and my oldest in the back. He has his beer, cigarettes. He has his beer. I have a
Beer,
joint in my
extra.
hand. I have my hand on the old shit handles. We're just flying through there. Get to that intersection.
Yeah.
He does
Doesn't.
one donut.
Second one
Fine.
come around.
Yep. Second one catches, and that thing just starts going down. I mean, slow motion.
It was slow.
It was the slowest motion you ever seen. And halfway through, he finally looks at me. Yeah, we're going over. And I'm
I'm
still
like, uh-oh.
still holding everything, and everything's just going this way.
Yep.
And I didn't let go, and just landed right on my arm. and
Never
rode
dropped
around.
the joint.
Never dropped a joint. And that whole time, I could have saved myself from getting all that road rash
Yeah.
if I just taken my hand off, because I had time. I
Was
could
that
have
slow,
got out.
huh?
Yeah, I could have
was
got
fine.
out of the.
Yeah.
I could have unbuckled, got jumped out, and just pushed it back over. That's how slow it was going. So I had plenty of time.
So
just
you
to
had
take
a
my-
chance for heroics.
Right.
You
Yeah.
did, but
Yeah,
you
I'm
failed.
sitting there.
Just watched it happen.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just watched it happen.
Just a
It's
passenger in
not my
life.
time to shine.
No, it's never. Well,
You know,
it's never my time to show. Not with that. Not when I've been smoking. But I never dropped it though. Not even when those people came and helped us. I
Nope.
never even didn't even
Nope.
realize I saw it the whole time. Talking to other people who pulled up.
You never got out? You
No,
just-
we got out.
Oh,
and
okay.
I'm still holding it, and
Yeah.
there was another side by side that just pulled up to see. I'm still holding it, just
Yeah.
not even paying attention, talking to them, waiting for it.
I
I forgot.
have dirt bikes. Me and my daughter ride around. And last year,
That was loud.
she went through the woods one way and I went through the woods the other way, and we met in the middle. And I reached up and clutched to slow down, and she panicked and hit the gas and plowed right into me.
ooh,
Yeah,
Took-
good times.
Took most of the meat off my finger, and then I made her drive me. She was only 14. I made her drive me to the emergency room.
Good times.
And we
Good
sat
times.
there forever, and then finally the guy comes out and he stitches me up in the waiting room.
there you go. You're good.
Yep. Yep. In Ashtabula at the hospital. Yeah.
Nice.
I was like, cool, we're gonna go in? No, we'll do it
Yeah,
right
we're
here.
right here.
Yeah. And what's worse, he gave me the Novocaine or whatever, the lidocaine or whatever, it's supposed to numb it up, and then left for 45 minutes and came back. I was like, fifth stitch in, I'm like, this really hurts. He's like, you want another shot? I'm like, how many more are you gonna give me? He's like, maybe 2 or 3. I'm like, no,
Yeah.
just give them to me. And then they went 7 days later, took the stitches out, opened right back up again. I was like, that was all for nothing. But yeah, good times.
Good times.
Good time. Well, again, guys, I
Yep, we
Been a
definitely
pleasure.
appreciate you.
enjoy your music.
Thank you.
Love
And
seeing you
everybody
guys
out there
live.
watching, listening, make sure you get out, check out their shows, check
They're out
out a
there.
bunch of shows, get to any show.
Support local.
Support
Yeah.
the local music.
Yeah,
You know, if they're
We all
selling-
grow together. The
Yeah,
more that they'll come out and
exactly.
see any band, they'll come out and see all of us.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And if that band's selling merch, and you buy their fucking merch.
Just won't
Support
be
it.
us.
Yeah, that's
Be
fine.
down.
Yeah, we don't want to go through the curse, but
Send them the
No.
money through Bandcamp so
Yep.
they can't have it.
And we'll send them to another merch table and be like, that's our merch over there. Go buy
Yeah,
that.
get to buy theirs.
yeah. Other than that, don't forget people to follow us on YouTube, Facebook,
Yep.
Instagram.
With Instagram.
Yeah, we're on Instagram.
I know.
Yeah, Instagram is weird. Instagram you can't get any traction on,
Yeah.
but I'm still
I've had a
on
hard
there.
time with it too, because I don't understand how to get.
Yeah, you have to figure out their algorithm.
Yep.
That's hard. Instagram is hard. Other than that, you can find us
All right,
what
Dave.
the Metal Family
MetalFamilyXP.com.
Other than that, you guys have a good night. Peace.
Great night.
Peace.